Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with Phil today because we have going to bring you I'll say long overdue. It's not really long overdue because they had an event going on which kind of screwed up the view range and everything, which you would have known if you watched my please don't do it wargaming video with the artillery. You'd know about the event. So I couldn't have done this video why that was going, because once it resorts to going back, it would make absolutely no sense. So yeah, right. This one, this is the, well, so I say last or first, because I literally don't even know which order I'm putting these out. But yeah, this one is going to be based on view range, detection, and concealment, and you know what the circles mean on your minimap and the lines and all that kind of stuff. But it's something that I could have done. Okay, so I spawned at the south, so you go to the O line, Phil. What I could have done is I could have done this online. It would have took a lot longer for me to do it online. It's more simple to do it with just a friend to help you in a private game, where you're not going to get random people being in the way, and it's you know, you're going to get a proper test. So me and Phil are both in medium tanks. He's in the tier 8, I'm in the tier 10. The tiers, it does make a blind bit of difference. It really doesn't. The tank class does make a difference because each tank class has its own unique capabilities. So, for example, a light tank. Now, these are all air quotes because they don't actually work properly. A light tank is meant to have the same camo as it is moving as if it was stationary. So it doesn't lose camo when moving. So that's what a light tank's meant to have. Mediums don't lose so much camo when they're moving, and the camo's good when they're stationary. Heavy tanks lose a lot of camo when they are moving because they're heavy tanks. TDs, the thing is with TDs, they're weird because they used to be if you fired your gun in a TD, you would lose less camo if you fired your gun on a TD. Whether that still counts, I don't know. I don't think it does, but we'll get to that at some other point. And artillery is exactly the same as a heavy tank. When it fires its gun, it's going to lose camo. Other factors that do count in the camo on your tank is the caliber of the gun. I'm trying to show you. They go, oh, inside the gun. Is the caliber of the gun. If it is a big caliber gun, you're going to lose a lot of camo when you fire. A lot of camo when you fire. This works with the PC as well as the console players. It's no different. If it's a small caliber gun, it doesn't lose that much camo, therefore it's easier to stay hidden. Right, Phil, are you in position?
I am on the other side of the bridge.
Okay. Now, my tank, as you can see, I'm in the tier 10 Centurion Action X. This thing is maxed out completely. And when I say maxed out completely, I mean it's got everything. It's got all the crew perks you could bleed and think of. It's got the maximum view range because of all the stuff I've got on it. It's got coated optics. It's got improved vents. It's got brothers in arms, recon, you name it. It's even got pudding and tea, as you can see down the bottom. So the view range of this tank, when it's standard with nothing on it, is 410 meters. When you start adding all those crew skills and the equipment to it, it's going to bump it up to 500. Now 500, there's no tank in the game that can have a view range of 500 and spot at 500 meters. Why? Because of concealment. Concealment is... It's really weird to get into, but Phil is driving his Stone Cold. Now, Phil, what do you have on your tank? Equipment-wise?
I have vents and cone optics.
Cone optics. And what about crew skill? Do you have brothers in arms?
Yes, and I have Sixth Sense.
Okay.
I believe.
Now I will input a picture now to show you what Phil's tank is, so we are not lying. Because some people will be like, "Oh, we don't. How do we know you're not lying?" Yeah, well, screw you guys. I'll put it in now so you can see what that is. And mine you don't need to see because you've seen at the start of the game anyway. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drive forward. Phil is going to stand still. I am going to spot Phil before he spots me. And I guarantee that, and it's got nothing to do with the fact of being a tier 10 tank. So I will keep going. Tell me when your sixth sense goes off, Phil. I mean, I'm looking the other way because I don't want the detector to go off just yet. So tell me when your sixth sense goes off. There you go.
Just gone off.
There you go. Now, have you noticed, Phil, you can confirm this, your sixth sense has gone off, but your detect hasn't gone off. This only works for console, by the way. This does not PC. So your detect has not gone off, correct?
No. Yeah, so my sixth sense has gone off, but I haven't spotted you.
But no, I mean your detection, say, because you got two, haven't you? You got sixth sense and you got detect. At the minute, it only says sixth sense, doesn't it?
No, I've got sixth sense and targeted.
What about now?
Only sixth sense.
There you go. Now, what that is, if you look on my map, guys, you will see that little blue, like half circle-y thing that's going round. Okay, that is your. How can I put this to make it even easier to understand? Imagine that being your. Imagine that being your commander. Okay, that's you moving the camera, but that is your commander. Okay, if any part of that blue circle is on an enemy, it will tell them they are detected. Okay, because you are looking at them. So if I move it here, has it gone off, Phil?
So you're currently untargeted.
No.
But your sixth sense is still on.
Yeah, your sixth sense is on, but your target has disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I go to gun, so I'm in gun view now. Has it gone off? Has it gone?
No.
Is this, you should say targeted.
No, I'm still sixth sensed.
Okay, tell me when the targeted comes up. It should have come up by now.
It's not. Now it has.
Now it has. Okay, what about if I do that? Now is it gone?
It's gone, yeah.
There you go. It's because, see, now it'll come back, and now it's gone again.
Yeah.
It's because you are zoomed in, so your commander is basically zoomed in. As you can see, the circle goes from really big to really small. If I were to put that on him now, it would come on, because, well, we're looking at him.
Yeah.
So it will come on. So let me move back. I want you to tell me. I mean, I'll know when your sixth sense disappears because you'll be unspotted, but I want to find out what this is going to be. So I'm moving back. Come on. It should just. Okay, there we go.
It's gone.
So as you can see, my view range says 534. We will move forward ever so slightly until he gets spotted again. So slow. So slow. 500, right, that is the 500 meters. That is everything maxed out. Now, I bet you're thinking, well, if your view range is maxed at 500, why am I not spotting him? Because I've got to break down his concealment. Okay? If he's got a concealment rating of, I don't know, 200 or something, then I will spot him about 480, 440, 480 in that ballpark, so we will see in a minute. So we'll keep driving forward ever so slightly until it goes ping. See, we're at 460 now. So we're breaking down his concealment because we know he's there. Right, any second now he should get spotted. There's 450. $440. There we go.
Yep,
okay.
There we go.
So it was about, if I go back a tiny bit, it was about there, 438. It was about 438. Even though my view range is over 500, it's because you. Oh, it's gone again. Right. Okay. 437. Yep. I think I moved back a little bit too far. 436. I think. There you go. Okay. So it's 435 meters. So even though my view range is at 500, I still have to break down his camo. And that is how that works. Now, if I fired my gun, just not at Phil, because, you know... Can you see how I got spotted? Can you see how I got spotted? Even though... Where's my mouse cursor? There it is. Even though he's not in my detection circle, which is here. This is what that circle is. That circle is around the map. If you're in there, I will be spotted. Okay? But because I fired my gun, I lose all my camo value. And that is how he's going to spot me, because he has coated optics as well. So, tell me when... I mean, I'll know when I get spotted, but I'm going to move forward now until I get spotted by you. So we'll keep 400 meters, maybe? No, okay.
Oh, I think you're gonna have to come in a lot more than that.
Okay, I'm going off to the left slightly. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, let's go back a little bit.
Looks like you're on. Looks like 380 maybe, or 388.
395. Still spotted. We'll wait for that. Okay, it's gone.
There
right.
you go.
So I'll nudge it forward 1 meter at a time. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. There we go.
There you
so
go.
It's
385.
Mine says 386. I'm not looking at you. There you go. Yeah, 384 meters. Mine says so. But have you noticed? Because I'm not moving, I'm no longer spotted. Because your camo, yeah, because my camo comes back because I'm not moving. If you watch my circle here. When I move forward, watch that circle. Okay. You see how the circle goes bigger? Because I'm losing my camo. That circle is your camo, basically. That is what your camo is. That is your detection. If people get you in that, you will be spotted. Because you see, it's gone again. Because I'm not moving. But the second I move, I come back because I lose my camo. That is what that means. Now, I guess you could. Oh shit, wrong bird. I guess you could say, well, I have camo on this tank. I have a good crew, and it is tier 8, and it's tier 10 going against a tier 8 tank. It doesn't make a difference what tier you're going. I'm using this as an example because this is the best tank I have that's got camo and, you know, concealment, view range, all that kind of stuff. That is not a TD or a light tank. Light tanks are different, tank destroyers are different, every tank is different. I'm using a medium as an example because, well, like I said, it's okay. He said his turret is behind him. Wait, weird person there. Right. So I'm going to move forward now. Okay. I'm going to go to 350 meters, which is, come on. There, one more. Right, there's 350 meters now. Now I'm stationary. Will he keep spotting me? Let's have a look. We'll give it a second for the sixth sense to decide what he wants to do. There you go. So he can spot me at 350 meters. We'll go back to say 360, and it should disappear at 360. Or not. There you go. So it's about 360. It's about 360. So Phil, okay,
no,
it's gone.
It's
okay, yeah. So it just disappeared at 360. You have to wait 10 seconds for the sixth sense to go away. So let's go 355. I want to see what the distance is for the next test. It's going to make it a lot easier. Right, so we have to wait 10 seconds now for your camo to come affected and for the sixth sense to disappear. Because sixth sense lasts for 10 seconds. If you have the perk that enhances, I think it's designated. Is it designated target? I'm not sure. I think it's designated target. People that you spot will stay spotted for 12 seconds. Yeah, there you go. So by 350, you're still spotted. Okay, right. Now, Phil, if you would not mind, back up as far back as you can go. So I literally don't want either of us to be spotted for a minute. Okay, see now my sixth sense is gone. No, it hasn't. It came back again. So as far back as you can go, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I am behind a bush. Okay. Are you still sixth sense and targeted, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you see I'm behind a bush? I can move backwards and forwards, and he can't spot me because the bush is keeping me protected. Now, if you imagine whatever tank you want to imagine, doesn't matter what it is, heavy, medium, light, whatever the hell it is, it doesn't matter. You have checkpoints all over your tank. Okay, you've got one at the front plate, so I mean, I'm going to have to try and use the mouse with my left hand. Hold on, I'll use my arrow. You've got one at the checkpoint, which is right here at the front. You've got one at the gun mantlet, which is right here. You've got one at the commander's hatch, which is right there. Sorry if I can't get this perfect, but I'm trying. I'm doing it cock-handed here. You've got one at the side of your tank, you've got one at the rear of the tank, not the turret, the rear of the tank, and you've got one at the other side of the tank. They are your checkpoints. If the enemy can spot any part of your checkpoints, you will be detected. It's simple as that. But your view range only comes out with two places. Again, this works all for the PC, so PC players, this is exactly the same for you as well. You have two detection points that you can detect people. That is your gun mantlet and your commander's hatch.
We're running out of time.
Oh wow, time's running low. Of course time's running bleeding low. So they are your detection points, and we're going to have to do this again because we are now running out of smeging time. So we will quickly edit this out right now, and when you come back we will be in exactly the same spots again at the start of the new battle. See, exactly where we left off. You guys haven't missed a single thing, but you know, we've had to do a whole rigmarole. But anyway, so like I said about the checkpoints, okay, I'm behind the bush. Phil, he knows where I am, but he can't spot me because the bush is giving me camo. Now, I'm sure you've heard me, Luke, Phil, and all the rest of us, and probably other people as well, say the bushes in World of Tanks console do not work. They do not work. This is it, right? Now, as you can see, the bush is clear. I can see Phil perfectly. If I shoot at him, now I'm not going to damage him, but if I shoot, he spots me. Because the bush is not providing any protection at all. It looks like it is, but it's not. Because I'm looking through it, it's not. I'll wait for the 6 hands to go away. There we go. If I move back, so the bush no longer is see-through. So it's no longer transparent, you see? If I shoot, I still get spotted. I mean, you could say that... Thank you. You could say that my commander's hatch is open, it's on show. That could be the commander's hatch is on show. So, we will do this a little bit different. There is a tree here next to the bush. If you knock down the tree, it becomes camo. Okay, so that tree now has camo. From where I am, again, I can see Phil clear as day. So if I fire, I'm not detected. Why? Because I am behind the tree. You see? I'm not, if I move closer, so my tank is right by the tree. See how the tree becomes transparent? If I fire, he spots me because the tree is transparent. If I move back so it's not, which is just there, any second now the detection will go away. There we go. And I can fire freely. Can you guys see this? This works for the PC as well, it is not just console. If I move forward, you see how the tree disappears? And it comes back again. Disappears, comes back again. That is how you use bushes in World of Tanks. Like, it's simple. It's simple, you see? It's simple and it actually works. But sometimes the bushes do not work in this game, especially on the console. It is really, really frustrating. So from here, there is no part of my tank that is on show. If you look, no part of my tank is on show. If I fire, he can't spot me. I can't spot him because the bushes are providing camo. If I
Well,
move forward,
I technically saw the shot.
yeah, you can still see the shoot. Yeah, you can still see the shots. But if I move forward, there you go. The bushes are no longer given the full effect. Can you see how? See, if I move back, the bushes now give the full effect, and he'll no longer be spotted, even though I'm still staring right at him. Give it a second. There you go. Because the bushes have got their effect back. The second the bushes become see-through, they lose all their camo. So if you want to shoot without being spotted, you move back behind the bush, so the bush is all like that. So this is how you're meant to play the game. I'll wait for him to go away, because he needs to... I need him not to be detected. You know there's somebody over there, you drive forward into the bush. You spot the enemy, they haven't spotted you. You pull back behind the bush, and you fire. He does not notice me, he does not know where I am. And then you drive back forward in the bush, you re-get the spot back up, and then you go away. That is how you use bushes in World of Tanks. That is how you maximise everything about your tank. The view range, the camo, you use bushes. You can do it with other tank classes, so you can do it with heavies, you can do it with TDs, but obviously their camo values and spotting is a lot different, which we will get to that at some point as well. Don't worry about that. You'll see that in this video as well. So you move forward, spot the enemy, move back so the bushes are no longer transparent, and you shoot, and you can shoot freely. And we know what Phil's got because I've showed you his picture of his loadout of his tank. So that is how medium tanks work. I will now edit this out in a second, and I will go into a light tank, and we will do exactly the same thing again. So yeah, time to edit, time to fight again.
Enemies looking right at us.
Oh, you missed that one. Oh, how dare you track me?
We need a move.
Oh, yeah, you do it back to me.
Tracks
Yeah.
up. Let's go.
Boom. Oh.
These rounds are having no effect.
Oh boy.
Ready to fire.
Oh, that was a heat round, wasn't it?
No, that was standard.
It looked like a heat round.
Looks like that one went straight through.
Oh! I tried to get down the hole. I'm stuck. No! No!
Everyone fall back.
I thought that was a gamble to get down. I lost 40k for that. Oh my god. Anyway.
And I'm recording that.
I'll put that in at the end for a blooper if I have to, but anyway. Okay, so...
Just give me a sec. Something's wrong with my thing. You were going blah 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 blah, blah on my end.
Blah.
Yeah, I think my internet might be playing up. Hang on a sec. It's because of Arc, that's why.
I was ARC downloading, typical.
Yeah, hang
Okay.
on a sec.
So, this
pushing it?
is my Centurion. I told you it was fully maxed out, and I wasn't lying. There you go. It's got a load of crew skills. It's got everything. It's got the equipment on it that you need for the view range and all that kind of stuff. I realised my hammer's in the way of the camera, then I apologise, but anyway. And it also has camouflage. Now, I know what you guys are saying, okay? Camo doesn't make a blind bit of difference to your concealment. Trust me, it does. Okay, let me go to a tank that does not have camo. I'm going to go and use my trusty T95 E6. As you can see, it's got no camo, it's got no equipment, no nothing. The concealment is currently at 93. For fuck's sake, the concealment is currently at 39%. If I go to add camo to the tank, can you see how it goes +3 and it goes to 42%? People think that this is just cosmetic. It really is not cosmetic. It's not cosmetic. That is why, if I go to a tank that I have, and I can use it as an example, American Tier 8, right. This is the Patriot. You all know about the Patriot if you've played this game long enough. It's an overpowered tank, but you know, we're not getting into the tank, okay? This has a skin on it. You cannot add camouflage, that's why it is all crossed off. See, unavailable, everything's unavailable except for the flag. So you can't add camo on it. So its camo is at 23%. This is not counting any crew, because I haven't got a crew in it. I'm not counting anything that the crew gives, okay? Not counting anything. Next to me here is the T26E5. This is the non-skinned version of the Patriot. Can you see? T26E5, T26E5. This is the non-skinned version of the Patriot. The tank is identical. There's no difference between the two. But if you noticed that the Patriot is better in its camo wise. Now we're not looking at the gun, we're not looking at the survivability, mobility, ignore all that, you're focusing on the camo. The Patriot has a better camo. Why? Because it has a skin. Okay, 18%. So if we go to here, and we go here, and we go to put something on, it goes up by 2%. It goes to 20. It goes to 20. This is why you always buy, if you're going to buy a tank, buy it with a skin. I kid you not, you buy it with a skin, because you get extra camo, and, well, I mean, look at gun handling as well. You get better gun handling. It's not a lot. I mean, I know I've got equipment on it. I don't have on the standard, but it wouldn't do that much. So you always want to buy, if you have the choice between a skinned version or a non-skinned version of a tank, always buy the skinned version because you get better stuff. Okay? It's simple. I mean, that concealment will go up even more if I put my crew in it. 26%. Because it has a good crew. Okay? So you always want to buy the skin version. So, okay, got 26. If I put the crew into this one, it goes to 21. See? You see what I mean? And it works with every single tank that can have skins, that has got a festive skin or anything like that. Every single tank is exactly the same. I might have another one here that I can show you. Just, you know, talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds while I try and find this thing. No, it's not artillery. No. Cromwell, no. No. So I don't usually buy the 2 lots, but you know, we'll gloss over that one. That one I had free with a Patriot, so that's why I have both of them. I really should have had this planned out earlier. That was bad planning. Okay, we can use the Motherland actually. We'll use the Motherland. It should not have my crew in it. There she is, right. The Motherland. This is basically the T-44-100. Okay, but obviously they call it Motherland because it has a skin and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't have my crew in it. All this tank has is improved vents and coated optics. I will now sell my improved vents because this only counts for camo. So I will sell that and watch my camo value go from 63 and it'll go down. So we'll sell that, and it goes down to 62. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to put that back on. Don't panic. You know, I'm not losing it. It's got down to 62. Again, it does have extra combat rations. Would help it, but considering you can get the combat rations on any tank anyway, I'm not going to remove that. But what I will do is now go to the tech tree and go onto the standard T-44, which is not there. I mean, this the T-54 mod 1, T-44, there we go. Right, T-54 mod 1, concealment, 54% concealment. I haven't got the tank, so I can't, you know, do all the same thing, but you get what I'm trying to say here. It is the same tank. It is exactly the same tank, it's just it has a skin, and the skin always makes the tank better. And I must get my vents back on this because I'm going to forget otherwise, so we'll get that back. So skins do make a difference, so there you go. Just a quick thing there. Or if you're going to buy a tank, make sure you buy a tank that's got a skin on. You will get better stuff out of it. So back to what you all came here to see. What is my light tank? Phil, what tank are you going to go? It doesn't make a difference really. So I want my T100 LT. Phil, are you alive? Oh, it got stone cold. Anyway, right.
Yeah, I'm still here.
So, do you remember what I said, guys, about a light tank, okay? It doesn't lose camo while moving or stationary, okay? So, whether I'm moving or whether I'm sitting still, light tanks do not lose their camo value. They don't lose it. Which we will see here. Phil will go back to the same place. You haven't got to go right to the edge this time, Phil. You can just go to the start of the bridge. And now we'll go back to my spot. Now, if you look at my view range right now, you can see that my detection circle, it's here. It's literally nowhere. Look at how much view range I have in front. And when I move the tank, that will hardly move. In fact, see, it moves ever so slightly, but it doesn't move. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Oh, but you're in a tier 10 tank. You're in a tier 10 light tank. It's got good view range. It's got good concealment. You're going against a tier 8 medium. It's got nothing. It's the same. Okay, I'm not comparing the tanks. If I was comparing the tank, then I would go for a tier 8 medium, a tier 8 light tank. But I'm not comparing the tanks. I'm just trying to show you what the values do and the view range is like and that kind of stuff. So again, I'm just using the best that I have. So, you see how we spotted Phil? From... I mean, that was about 450. Easy, and he has not spotted us. So let me go. Just wait for him to get stationary. Okay, we'll give it a second for his camo to come on full. So we will drive forward now and see when he spots us. I'll probably be on the bridge by the time he spots us. I mean, I wouldn't move. I'd stay stationary because you lose your camera factor when you're moving. So we give it a minute for it to go back again. Right, we'll carry on. We just saw that get destroyed, but I'm not spotted.
Yeah.
There's 300 meters. There you go.
There you go.
So we'll go back a tiny bit. We'll go 295 quickly. See if it goes away. Is it going to go away? Okay, right. So 295. We go forward by 1. 294. Okay, so it's 293. He spots me at 293 meters, which, if you remember where I was with the Centurion, that's a lot. You know, I was back there with the Centurion, and now I'm literally on the bridge. I could have shot him multiple times and he would not have known. So we will now go back by 1 meter and see if it disappears. This is now at 294. Has it disappeared? Nope, it's still there. Okay, we'll go to 5. Okay, 295. And it's... give it a second. Nope, still there. Okay. There you go. Right,
there you go.
296. He's not thinking 295. Yeah, 295 works. Okay. Now remember I said about light tanks with the same camo value as if they're stationary as if they're moving? I will lock my turret onto Phil so that the turret will always read 295. Okay? And I'm now going to spin the tank around. My tank is now spinning on the spot. And Phil can't spot me. Because I haven't lost any camo value. But if I fire, he spots me. Because I fired, I lose my camo. Does that make sense to people? I hope that all makes sense to you, because it can be really confusing and frustrating. So 295 is my view range. I'm spinning in a circle and he can't spot me because I am moving. Because I had the same camo. If I move backwards, forwards, as long as I don't go below the mark, he cannot spot me at all. So it works exactly the same thing as with the Centurion. If you hide behind a bush or a fallen down tree, everything works exactly the same. There's no difference, except obviously I'm in a light tank, so my camo value is even better. So I can shoot, because the tree and the bush is transparent, he's going to spot me. If I move back, it is now gone. I can shoot again, and he still spots me. Now, you're wondering, why can he spot me? See how my cupola, if you, it's really hard to show, but there's a little gap in the bush. There's a little gap here in the bush. It's really minute, but he can still see my cupola. So I still lose the camo when I shoot. But if I were to go to the bush here, and I turn my tank sideways, make sure nothing is detected, give my camo a chance to settle down, and we shoot, he still spots me, because if you look at the bush is transparent, you see, because I can see him clear as day. So you really have to be careful and pick your bushes. So if I go here, okay, this is not planned, I don't know whether this is going to work, this is not planned. Can you see how he's now gone? Okay, he's now gone. If I move forward until we spot him, which will be here, yeah, and then we move back behind the tree completely, which was about here. If I shoot, he doesn't spot me, because the fallen down tree has completely covered my checkpoints. But obviously if I were to stay here, I can't spot him, because we're both covered by the trees and the bushes. I have to move forward into the bush again, spot him, and then move back behind the bush, get to a good spot, and shoot. It's simple, and that is how you use concealment on mediums and light tanks. Heavies are roughly about the same. Again, it all depends on the caliber of the gun. Phil, if you would not mind shooting for me. Yeah, I mean, he shot at me, he still missed, but still. He shot, but again, I can't spot him, because he's behind the bush. If I go to the bush and he's starting to get non-transparent, I'm going to spot him straight away, because I have good view range. But even if you're in a medium at this point, at this view range, if he were to have shot, and I was in a medium, even with bad view range, I would still spot him. Okay? I hope that all makes sense to everybody. I hope it all makes sense, because it's very confusing and I have to do a lot of research to get this perfect. And obviously, no, we have to have some help, so yes, we have to thank Phil for his participation for this, but we're not finished yet. We are not finished. I've still got one more thing I want to show you about view range, spotting and concealment. Uh-oh. Ow. Ow, okay. That didn't go to plan. Anyway. If... I mean, he's laughing his ass off. I'm going to leave that in, why not? If
You should.
you're in the middle of a battle, okay, you can select your tank again, Phil. It doesn't matter what one this time. If you want to go to a tier 10, it really doesn't matter.
Select any tank.
Yeah, any tank. I'm choosing a tier 10 TD, so... Okay. Remember I said about tanks, tank destroyers especially, don't lose as much camo value when they shoot. Okay, again, it all depends on the caliber of said gun. So let me go for something that has a really, really small gun. What's the Badger's gun? Is it 120? Okay, it's on 123 mil. I think that's the smallest tank gun I actually have. 12.8. Yes, that is the smallest. Because that's 100. That's a 120. Okay, no. Okay, so the Foch 155, if I use the other gun, has 120. So with this gun, if I were to fire with this gun, I wouldn't lose as much camo as if I fire with a Jagdpani 100, for example, because the gun is significantly bigger. Okay, now there's one more thing you need to look at here, and it's the concealment value. Every single tank, no matter what it is, has different concealment values, except for these Swedish TDs. These Swedish TDs lose literally no camo firing. Literally no camo at all. These will lose when they fire, because it's their strengths. Okay, because you can see 100% spotting, 100% concealment, compared to all my other tier 10 TDs. I've got like literally nowhere near that, except for my Death Star, but that's one of the most pimped out tanks that I ever have. That's why that is so good. So, again, I hope that makes sense. But what we'll do now is we will do another game, and I will go in... I'll go in my Foch, because it's just got the smallest gun. As long as I use this gun, it's got the smallest gun that I have at tier 10 for TDs. So, same thing again, Phil. Same spot.
Mm-hmm. Got a little sound of the bagpipes.
Oh yeah, I haven't loaded down because obviously copyright reasons, but right. So again, this has a 120 mil gun, and it's a TD. I do have a camera net. I put a camera net on this, and I put binoculars. So that is why my detection circle and my view range has gone massively over. Excuse me, god damn it. When I move, that will all disappear. That will all disappear, as you'll see in a second when we actually get into the fight. You see how it's all disappeared? Because I'm moving, I've lost all of my camo. If I sit stationary for 3 seconds, it all gets activated. Okay, so just remember that. You have to stay stationary for 3 seconds to let your camo and binocs engage. Now, you may see some people, if they use binocs, you may see them go to a certain spot on the map. So I'll just get to the top of this hill because this is, you know, it's a slow tank. I'll get to the top of this hill, and sometimes you'll see people go to the top of the hill and they'll stop. Okay, they'll stop. And you're thinking, well, why are you stopping? And then you know, why aren't you being a noob and rushing all the way down here and, you know, spot the enemy? Blah 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 blah. If I stop here and I wait, the second you hear that noise, with the camera net going on and the binocs going up, the second you hear that noise, your view range will go up. If you have not spotted anybody, do not waste more time in sitting there, because you're not going to spot them. You can move, do it again. This is what I do. I wait for it to go up if I'm trying to spot people. The second it goes, I move, because in that 1 second that you've done that, you will spot them. Okay? You will spot them. So we will go back to the location again. Now, I said about the commander's hatch being the detection and the view range port. Those holes are not it. Okay? Those holes inside of the tank, the little lights I think they are, they do not count as the view range detection, all that lovely stuff. They don't count. Okay? I will zoom in just a second when I can actually get into position, and I will show you what counts as the detection point and what counts as the view range points. Okay, he spotted me because he has curved optics. So if I sit still, my binocs will engage. Right. So, it's going to be really hard for me to show you on this. So, I'll try my best. Can you see there's like a little line opposite side of these little lights? Okay? If you imagine that the two end ports are not, they're just cosmetic. Okay, they're nothing. That does not class as the commander's hatch, the two end. Only the bit in the middle is classed as the commander's hatch. The gun port here, that doesn't count either. The gun port doesn't count. That's not going to affect anything. All I said about detection was you gun mantle it and the commander's hatch. That's it. Now, you noticed that when I moved, Phil spotted me straight away. Again, he spotted me straight away.
No, I didn't.
You did. You
No.
spotted me.
I haven't.
Ready?
No, you have.
Because my camera net was not engaged, and neither was the binocs. Once they engage, he will disappear. Like he can't see me. Give it a second. There you go.
Yep, you're gone.
He cannot see me because it's all engaged. But the second I fire my gun, he spots you. Okay. So if I move back, we will go to. We'll go to here, because that should be on the edge of the detection circle for me. Right, wait for my binocs to come back in. There we go. He's now spotted. We fire again. He doesn't spot us. Because if you look at the on the radar here, the detection circle, when I fire, that goes big. Can you see how it goes big? That's because I've lost all my camo firing my gun, so it goes big. Right, I gotta get a reload in here. If I drive forward now, and I will put this tree down, I'm reloading as well, so I can't do anything in a second anyway. I drive forward now, we put the tree down. If I sit behind this bush, we move back to the bush is no longer spotted, he will still spot us, because my commander's hatch, if you look, is completely exposed. See, even though my camera net is up and he's no longer in my spotting range, the commander's hatch is still exposed. So, if we move to this side of the tree, because the tree gives you the most concealment range, he should not be able to spot us now, because we can't spot him, so he's not able to spot us. Even before my camera net and binocs were engaged. Look, if I move, he can't spot us, we can't spot him, because the tree is covering us completely. If I stay stationary, wait for the camera net to go up, nothing. Nothing. The binocs haven't done nothing. If I move forward, Any second now, he will spot us. Okay, we spotted him, good. And if I go forward again, it will be... It's 300... Where's it going to stop? You should have spotted me by now. I'm kind of going down the hill, which I don't want to keep going down the hill anymore. Now,
There you go.
yeah, but that's because I moved from the cover. My checkpoints are all exposed here. See? The checkpoints are exposed. Because this bush is kind of a horrible bush, because like, it kind of puts me at an angle, and it's horrible. Okay, so I've moved back. I'm behind the bush. I know he's there. He can't spot me. Okay? But I can still spot him. We move forward. Exactly the same routine. You rinse and repeat your spot. Move back behind the bush, so the bush is no longer transparent, and you fire. And again, he can't spot me. Because I'm behind the bush.
Ow!
And this is another thing people don't do. Just because you can't see the enemy anymore, doesn't mean that they're not there. See, he's able to spot me, even though he can't see me, because he looked at where my shots were coming from. Oh, he is track. Because he looked at where my shots were coming from. So you can use your mini-map to your advantage. Let me move back. Right, so I want you to stay there, Phil. Where were you exactly?
I'm still here. Where
Yeah,
you
I gotta
trapped
spot
me.
you. Right, okay, stay right there. Yeah, you shot me, but you know, whatever. Stay right there. Okay, do not move from that spot. I'm going to move back, so I can no longer spot Phil with my camo net and binocs. So we'll go here. Okay, I can still spot you. Okay, so we'll move back again. Okay, I mean, we'll see what that looks like. Okay, we can still spot him. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. I mean, this should be enough. Okay, so from here, I can't spot Phil. Okay, I can't spot him, but on the PC, you will know, if you're a PC player, he will be spotted. His last known detection was here. Okay? So, you're thinking, okay, well, he was there, so what happens if I take a blind shot? Oh, I cracked him. That means I've done his tracks in. So he's still in that same area. So just because you can't see them, if I had somebody else here, I could show you properly. But just because you can't see them on the map, doesn't mean you can't take a cheeky shot at them. If you know their last location, you think they're still there, you could still take cheeky shots at them. Okay? Now, I know this is a long video, but there was a lot we had to get through. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you, Phil, for your help and participation, there you go, in this video, and I will speak to you all in the next video. Which is damn Phil to death now. So, I'll speak to you all then.
No, you won't!
Oh, well, okay. I died. Okay, well, there you go. So, I hope you all guys enjoyed. I hope this helps. Please let me know if it does. It's a lot of work to go into, and yeah, I will speak to you all later. Bye bye.